The grain has been harvested. The pieces have all been put into place, and the factories have whirred into life, finally producing our very first golem. Yes, BarrelBot number 1 is here. We have finally done it. We have a golem. And now we can put them to work, and all our beavers can put their lovely paws up and never have to worry about breaking their teeth, or getting injured, or stung by a bee, or they can just relax. Maybe not yet. We have one built, and we have another one kind of on the way, but it's going to take a little while before they can all have a rest, because we still need to do a fair few things. One, we need to actually give them somewhere to rest. We don't have any real luxury going on yet, but we'll get to that. But more importantly, we actually need to put the golems to work. And to do that, we've got to unlock them in certain buildings. So now we have a golem. There's a new button that has appeared here, which can be either beavers or golem. Farms, I believe, are set to... Yes, farms are allowed to have golems in them by default. You can choose to switch them over to golems if you want to. Other buildings require you to unlock them. So, like, to work in the grits mill requires 750 time. To work in the observatory requires... They can't. Beavers can't work in the... golems can't work in the observatory, so some beavers are going to have to work there. There are a few buildings that require beavers to still work in them. So, holding posts requires 250. Builders, I don't think... No, builders they can. Builders can go... Golems can go straight to builders. Fine. Pumps they can do as well. So, yeah, it'll be okay. You'll notice here there has been a change in the icons as well. There's been an update this here, so the icons are a little less... a little more distinctive to what's going on there. Also, this is definitely... designed. This is the intention, is that beehives do not work underwater. That is the actual intention of the game. So whenever I've had them working underwater, it's actually been a bug that way around. I still do wish you could put them on platforms, but we can't. So maybe in the future we'll make some explosives and blow things down here. But right now we don't need to, because Cattail... I mean, Cattail's doing really well. We have 4,000 Cattail. We have... 4,000 spade dock, 4,300 cattail crackers, so we're good. We're good for that. Everything is awesome. This is also, I've noticed, filling up and kind of stopping right at the top of the surface. I don't know whether something's changed with these, or whether perhaps... this is closed, so we haven't got water coming in here, but this is definitely topped up. It's gone up more than it's gone down. I don't know whether these have been tweaked. There was another... series of updates which brought some very interesting things. I don't know if they've been tweaked or whether it's just that everything's now falling into place better because we actually have all of our beavers. We had all our beavers. I had loads of beavers working. Obviously, we've had a die off, but yeah, we're. I don't know whether beavers just been working in there better. That's been just working better. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yes, there has been an update. There has been an update. You may have seen. Brought in a few new things. The migration panel is a whole new system which we're not going to use because we've only got one town centre. But it's very useful because you can set minimums, which means that you could say, hey, the Ark, we want a minimum of 20 workers here. If it gets to 21, they will migrate to somewhere else that has a lower minimum. Automatically. You don't have to worry about it. Beavers will move areas. So you could have one place that's just producing loads of beavers, you know, with houses, things. Another place that doesn't produce just as many. And if you have them die off in that area, they will just automatically migrate from one to another. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So that's really going to be useful. Not so much for this playthrough, because we're only having one town centre, so there's no real point. The other updates, or the other big update, is the gravity battery. Gravity batteries are fantastic. They store power and then can release power back into the system when you are producing power. Again, not going to be useful here because we have permanent power. But if we didn't have permanent power, it would be good. It would be very good. They work... we can unlock them. Go on, we can unlock them anyway. They work they're very simple, but they do have a little bit of a understanding. So when you put them down, I'm going to pause them because I don't actually want to build anything. We don't need. When you put them down, they, as you can see, have a ballast on a rope, and as the ballast lowers, the rope pulls something in here and causes power to be generated. Now, at default, they can store 4,000 power, which is the drop of 2. So it goes 1, 2, boom. That's 4,000 power. Every tile they drop is 2,000 power stored. They have an unlimited output speed. So these produce 1,806 horsepower as they're running. These have unlimited but have a storage. So if you were to draw 4,000 power for them, this would last 2 seconds, or however, I'm not sure exactly how the power system works. It would last if you draw 2,000 power from it, it would last 2 seconds. So if we connect it up to this system here, it would last 3.5 hours. I think it's hours. I think it's per hour. Yeah, it's horsepower hours this has. So yeah, it would last 3.5 hours, and then it would run out. However, if we were to turn it this way, so that it can drop down over the edge, the ballast gains more power. So it will gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would have 16,000 power stored, and the ballast can drop all the way down to there and stop. So having them leaning over an edge is very useful. You could put them over the edge of a reservoir because they can drop into water and not worry about that. They could happily sit out here and drop into the water, and they can still get the full power from dropping into the water. So you could, if you had a reservoir and had some gaps around the edges of it, you could put these in for power storage around the edges, which is very useful to do. But not something we're going to use on this playthrough, I'm afraid, because we have infinite power, because we have infinite wet season. So we're not going to worry about that. Very useful, however. I can see that becoming, particularly if you tied it with windmills. Windmills don't always run. They run on and off as they do. So if you had a windmill connected to batteries, and then the batteries run into the system, the windmills would generate loads of horsepower, charge the batteries up. Even at night time, when they randomly come on and off, they would charge up the power system. And then when the windmills stop working, the batteries can kick in to do it. So it all makes sense. I feel like those two work very well together. Also, dry seasons and wet seasons. During a wet season, you would have more water wheels than you need for your power, charging your batteries up. And then when the wet season comes along, they can drain out and give you power during that time. I mean, you don't have to use engines or don't have to rely on the unreliable wind power, but this makes wind power so much more reliable. So it's a good compromise. But as I said, we're not going to be using that today. We're not going to be using that in this playthrough, I think, at all, to be honest with you, because this is a life of luxury where we're just going to have power permanently running because we don't have any wet seasons. Our wheels are always going to be running. So the golems are built. We have 2 now, and we need to use them in places. I'm not sure where I want to put them first. Kind of thinking farm. I'm thinking to throw them into farms to start with. Oh, there was also a change on farms. Farms now default to be planting instead of harvesting, which is how I think everyone should run them anyway. So, right, yeah, I think we'll start by putting them into the farms, and then yeah, they can do that. Now, the problem with doing it this way, if I switch this over to golems, it can only have golem. It can't have a mixture of golems and beavers. So if you switch all the farms over to golems and you don't have enough golems to fill them, they're gonna not harvest anything. I'm not too fussed about that here because we have loads of potatoes. Well, we have 400 potatoes, which is fine. And we're only using potatoes to make real potatoes, which we have loads of. We have 4,000. And biofuel, which we have loads of. We have 900. So I think we're going to switch all of these over to Golem. And then as the golems get built, they'll be put into there. So, yeah. I think that'll work. I think that'll be the best way. Okay. We have our chestnuts, maple done here, but we don't have any maple. You're doing flour. good. Quite good. I'm not sure how. I'm sorry, not sure. I know how they're doing flour, but I'm not sure where the flour's going because it shouldn't be being used anywhere. Although maybe this one just has to caught. Maybe that one just hasn't caught up. We have had a lot of beavers, a lot of unemployed work, so we haven't had our haulers doing it for a while. There we go. And a lovely little visual aid just to show you there. If robots are in here, the light is a funky blue style robot use. If it's a beaver in there, it's a nice warm glow. As in there's a fire on there. So that's quite cool. That's quite cool. So one thing we need to look at is they have durability, which will run out. No problem. They have farming and cooking speed increases by default, which is very nice. Very, very. But to unlock them to say work inside the Golem factory, we would have to spend 10,000 sign. So to have golems make golems, we need a lot of sign. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Also the recycling farm. I'm not going to turn it on just yet, but we will have to keep an eye on our golems. Let's see how it goes here because the durability drops, and I have been told that apparently one of these can only really support about 15 golems. More than that, it can't dispose of them quick enough, so we might have to build some more of those. Yeah, I think we probably will, but that's okay. That's okay. So I want more golems, and I want more golems quickly. Assembly speed. Where do we get assembly speed? I've not really covered any of the bonuses or boosts, but it's it's the tribute of ingenuity. So if you go here, tribute of ingenuity gives ore. So all these have an area of effect around them, which gives a bonus. So it's ore labor of monument, that one. And assembly speed is ore tribute of ingenuity. So we need the tribute of ingenuity to get faster golem. We're not going to be doing that anytime soon. The tribute, we could build it. We have the resources to build it, but we don't have the 12,000 science to unlock it. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Science speed is the flame of progress. So we do probably want to do that. Flame of progress would be nice. We can't unlock that yet. It's 3,000. So, but that might go over there. And also we want to have ore because that helps our beavers here with their happiness. And if you want to get unlock your Iron Teeth, if you're new to the game, you have to get your folk tales up to 25 happiness to unlock the Iron Teeth. But there are some other things we can do to get happiness, like wet fur. Wet fur is an important one. We haven't got that at all, so we could probably do that. And we have redesigned this back here, changed things, so we could build back here. I kind of want to hold off from building anything and just let some golems be made. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to just let the game run for a bit, and we're going to let the golems at least fill up the farms that are over here. And yeah, let's get more golems, and then we shall be back. Okay, so 16 golems later, we are done. We have all our farms listed here, golemed up. But we don't actually need all this because, well, two reasons. One, we've got enough food and we've got enough potatoes and we've got enough of everything, so we don't have to particularly worry about it. I could do with turning this back on, so we can actually get some more fuel going. So yeah, we're producing way more crops than we need right now, so we could turn these down. But two, barrel bots have a shovel and pan, which increases farming speed by 25%. So instead of 4 sets of farms, we could have 3 and they'd do the same amount, which is quite cool. Quite cool, I feel. Or what I think I'm going to do, instead of turning off all the houses, I'm just going to drop them down to be one worker in each. That allows the work to be spread out so that we've still got the 4 different points of origin for where they come from. So this farm would obviously prioritise this here, this with the, and so on and so forth. So that makes sense. I'm also going to prioritize carrots on these. I don't know why they changed. I think it may have changed when I switched over to the golems, or it may have changed with the update. I'm not sure, but I need to turn it back on again. I can always have a look to see these farms. No, these farms are the same. So if you switch on for golems, no. Did I just not set the priorities for them? I feel like I did, but and I can do the same here. I can drop these down to 2 and I can turn that on. Boom. Okay, that's going to be doing wheat there. Awesome. We now have 6 spots spare. Now, these require water cooling, which I don't know where you get it from. It does. I don't know. I assume it's a shower. But what I want to try is send some bots over here. So we're also going to drop these down to 1 workers each. We could have done this a while ago actually and freed up some workers, because we really did not need this amount of bots going. Overbuilt, which is good, which is very good. We need to unlock this, so this is going to be 500 times to unlock, and I'm going to do that. We're going to unlock that. Boom. Yes. And then we're going to switch these over to barrel bots, but I want to watch them here. I know the Iron Teeth Golems don't like water. Makes sense, because the Iron Teeth Golems are mechanical. That makes sense. These are mechanical as well, but these are wood. These are made with wood, and the Iron Teeth Golems are made with metal, and these are made with metal as well. But the Iron Teeth ones are electric. I think is the best way to describe it. They power up. And these ones are organic. This is the best way to describe it. So I need to see what happens when you go into the water, but you're not going to go into the water anytime soon, because of this is all full. We're all full on grilled spade dog. We're just completely full of everything. So yeah, we're just full on everything right now. We're not really. We're full on carrots. We are not full on whatever this is. This sunflower seed. We'll do that in a moment. In fact, let's do that now. Let's do that now. So I would like to remove these up here. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. So pause. Let's delete all of these. I could leave them in there, but I kind of want the space. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to delete that. Oh, also, doesn't matter. No. Delete the. Oh, not the town centre. Very. No. But what I want to do is make sure that none of my beavers are down here, because they do have a habit of coming down. I don't think they will now. I think they'll hang up. I'm going to get rid of those as well. We can build it back. We can build it back. Destroy it. But so there's our space that we have down here. So I want to put in a stairway here, and I need to figure it out from the top down, not the bottom up, which is going to be a little bit more complicated. Going to involve building it and then rebuilding it. So I think my idea was going to be double that. Yeah, I think that's correct. Then we get stairways, and we go up and up. Now, in there. Path. Boom. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, just like that. And I do want this little bit on here because we want a bridge across. I want to put a bridge across between them. So yeah, that'll okay. And then we want to go here. So stairway, one off. So we'll go. What? There? Oh, yeah. There, and there. Two, and two. Yeah. Right, there's. Oh, wait. Get the mouse in there. You got there, you got there. You got there, you got there. There we go. I think how much hassle I used to have building spiral staircase. Ah. Like that then. And then we want to bridge across the top. Like this. But we can't bridge across the top. We need to come one further out to bridge across the top. So, interesting. How am I going to do? We'll just come one more out. That's the easiest way. Just do this. Like that. Bridge. There. Bridge. There. And we're not going to have bridges go between the two. There'd be no reason for bridges to go between the two, would there? There's no reason for a bridge to go over the top, other than I want one. To be honest, that's the whole reason I want to put a bridge. Just kind of want one. It also does make a bit of sense because if workers are living over here and they work over here, they can just walk across rather than have to go along, up, down, back, around. So there is a reason. Behind it. I just don't think they need to get to here or get over to here. They couldn't anyway. That's too tall. But yeah, I don't think there's a reason to come down here at all for it. So okay, so there's that being built. Awesome. Does mean if we want to run paths, we can run paths along the back wall because that will connect to path there as you come down the stairs. Awesome. And what we'll do is we want to plant sunflower down here. That was the idea. We're going to fill this with sunflower, so they've also got sunflowers to eat as well. Gives them just something else to eat. So I suppose we want to put a couple of farms in, and maybe sunflowers on one side. I'm not sure about the other side. What if we went with a farmhouse? There. Then did a path across here. So that they can still get from side to side. Because they might want to, if they're working here, rather than go all the way along down to here, they might want to go down here and go along. Option, give them option. And then we'll just turn this side into sunflowers. I don't know whether sunflowers are... I don't know whether sunflowers are... how much sunflowers are needed. That's what I'm trying to think here. I don't know how much is needed. I also don't know whether I want to do this or whether I want to do... there's other things we want as well. I'm being indecisive with other things we want as well. We want some campfires in, which we can put up here. Campfires aren't so bad. Or we could get 4 in, get 5 in if we left a gap. Just thinking this side should be sunflowers because it's got an awkward edge. Which is awkward because it means I'd have to move the stairs to this side. Or we could just leave it there and just deal with this. Yeah. Because I think we also need a temple as well. A temple, I think, can deal with 120 beavers. Pretty sure a temple can deal with 120 beavers. So we want a temple in. But then my brain's like, hey, put the temple back there. Put in campfires around it. So like, put the temple there. Put the campfires in around it. Because campfires can deal with 6 beavers, I think it is. 5 beavers. Although when they get a life of luxury, it's not so bad. You want to build more campfires if you have all your beavers working, because they can only use it in their off time. So between sunset and for about 4 hours after work finishes, or 2 or 3 hours after work, they all come to it. So you want loads of campfires. if you're going to have beavers unemployed, they can come to it during the day, so it's not so bad. The temple, however, isn't something that you... The temple is something that can have... it can have 15 visitors, but I don't have to visit it very often, if that makes sense. The buff seems to last longer, so... Okay, so I'm going to put a cut in here because I got very carried away designing and trying to figure things out, and if I put all the footage in, this episode will be 56 minutes long, and I'd rather split it up because bite-sized chunks are easier. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again in the next one, and until then, as always, have fun.